Supreme victory!
Hey, what's going on everyone? Derrick Blackman here, welcome back. And today I'm going to be talking about an adult film star named Ames. She was just 23 years old before she took her own life, and it was over some controversy that had to do with her job. She made a decision to not work with a male adult film star who also works with other men, and because of that, it turned into a huge controversy. And I want to read you her reasoning that she explained over tweets. Whichever lady performer is replacing me tomorrow at Erotica X News, you're shooting with a guy who has shot gay porn, just to let you know. BS is all I can say. Do agents really not care about who they're representing? Hashtag LA Direct, I do my homework for my body. And then somebody says, so you're homophobic? And then she says, not homophobic. Most girls don't shoot with guys who have shot gay porn for safety. That's just how it is with me. I'm not putting my body at risk. I don't know what they do in their private lives. So of course, hearing something like this on the surface does sound pretty homophobic, and I understand why some people were angry, but it got escalated to a point where she killed herself, and it's really unfortunate. But what I want to do is, because there's two sides to this that are just kind of like black and white, but I kind of want to shed some gray into this area, so I'm going to break down what's really bothering everybody. So her reasoning behind this has some truth to it. I think a lot of people know that in gay communities, especially back in the day, 30 or so years ago, that HIV was very rampant in the gay communities, especially because it's easy to contract HIV and other STIs and whatnot through anal sex. It's just much easier to just pass it through that way, and obviously that's the only way you can really have sex if you're gay, if you're two dudes. And so some of that stigma and some of the stuff that happened back in the day carried over into adult film work with moonlighting, being escorts and stuff like that. And it's obvious that not everybody in the gay community, or especially gay porn stars or whatever, have HIV or anything like that. But because of statistics, there's a higher risk. And then some people just won't work with men that do gay scenes or whatnot, just whatsoever, completely shut out. Now, to the contrary, I can understand why some people would be mad at that, because let's just say that if you're a gay, you're a male and you do gay scenes, and you can be 100% clean, 100% careful, you can test yourself regularly. And in the United States, it's very easy to test yourself. I've been tested twice just to be safe. I didn't think that I had HIV or anything, but I was testing for other STIs and stuff, because I would sleep with a few women and everything like that. And it's just smart to be safe. And so you could be someone that's extremely safe, and now all of a sudden, a lot of people are refusing to work with you because of the stigma, and all of a sudden, oh, well, there you go. That probably would piss you off. So hearing something like this could annoy you, but at the same time, it's one of those things that it's just a little bit truthful. So I don't see why people would feel the need to just go out and harass her in the way that she got harassed. You would expect trolls and a lot of people just to say a bunch of hateful things. You know how there's a lot of SJWs on the left that if you don't completely adhere to their demands or whatnot, they'll just completely shit all over you. And this one was a really complex issue, because like in one hand you want some women and SJWs they're all for feminism, and a lot of them are sex positive, so they would be all for my choice, my body, like do whatever you want, go girl. But then since it has something that's wrapped in a little bit of what can be perceived as homophobia, of course they have to side with the more LGBT. How it goes. There's the oppression Olympics, there's who's more marginalized and whatnot, and say the gay community always has this negative rap of being extremely oppressed in certain areas, and of course there's some shit that's still going on. I'm not just saying there's nothing going on at all in the gay community, that there are some issues that still need to be figured out. But this is one of those things that it was a little complicated, and some people took the absolute low road, and they were just saying that she should kill herself. Some people in the porn industry were saying stuff like that. Like this one guy in particular said that she should take like a cyanide pill or something like that, and then it was just in extremely horrible taste, because she ended up killing herself. Now I want to talk about harassment for a second, because I see there's a lot of people that are more right-leaning, or people that are just reasonable, that are really angry that people were harassing her, and she got harassed so much that she ended up taking her own life. And I want to mention that she has a history of depression, and why I think this is the key factor into it, because a lot of people that are really bad with dealing with stress and dealing with really fucked up situations, obviously they're more likely to do something like that, to commit suicide or something along the lines of that. And it seems like this was the case. And what I want to say is that I don't want to just completely push and blame 100% people that were just talking shit and being terrible, because in so many different scenarios, in so many different situations, people are always talking shit and being terrible on all sides, man. You have some terrible fucking people that if you disagree with something, you'll get just a bunch of shit, man. You'll get a bunch of shit. I mean, it doesn't matter who you're talking to. The left experience shit like that, the right experience shit like that, and you'll have people arguing saying the left are way worse when they say stuff, or the right. And I'm like, it doesn't really matter. I think that there's just a lot of assholes, and I think a lot of people would be better served if they would ignore all the bullshit. I think a lot of people can really learn something from what Tyler, the Creator, said when he was saying that's how is cyberbullying a thing. We're just like, walk away from your screen. Like, legitimately, don't put up with all that bullshit. Don't let it push you to the edge to where something like this could happen. And also, I gotta say that I'm not victim blaming either. I'm just saying that in my perspective, in my opinion, like, say if I was in her shoes, I would just try to handle it that way. Or say if I had the conscious decision that I didn't want to work with some dudes because he does scenes with other dudes, and there's a probability that, you know, I'm gonna get some shit for this if I speak out. Even if you're doing, if you're trying to do a public service, if you're trying to say, hey, I did my research, maybe a lot of women or a lot of people didn't know, and I think people need to know about this, but you also gotta think about, well, what does this mean? This also seems like it could be pretty homophobic, so maybe you should not handle this online, or like say maybe you should try to talk to the person, whoever's gonna replace her, try to talk to her directly or something like that. I don't know. It's just like there's a lot of different ways to examine this, and I don't want to just be black and white, because there's a lot of people that are saying, oh, so she should just have shut her mouth. She should just like not express herself. And I'm like, well, no, fuck no. Nobody's saying that. At least I'm not saying that. But I'd say case by case basis, you want to examine certain things, man. You want to see, like, is it this the best course of action? Is this the best way to go? Especially if you have a history of depression. I'm like, should I do this? Should I really put all this extra stress on me? It's certain things you have to think through. And I think this turned into a giant fucking mess that nobody was thinking it through. I think a lot of people had no idea that she dealt with depression. They probably thought she was just another person, and I'm gonna talk shit and tell her to kill herself, and then it happened, and then all of a sudden, I think there's a lot of people that obviously feel like complete shit that she killed herself. I know one of her main, the people that were talking shit, one of the porn stars, he apologized, because, I mean, come on, I know he didn't want her to really kill herself. It's just something that you say because you're a cunt on the internet, and there's a lot of cunty people saying cunty things on the internet, and they don't fucking mean it, and they wouldn't say it to your face. The last thing I want to say is that I definitely think there should be a conversation held in the adult film industry about this type of stuff. Not exactly the decisions, but about how true is the, like, say a bunch of women won't work with dudes that sleep with gay dudes and stuff. I think this should be like really discussed and let people know, especially in the LGBT community, that we're really heavily advocating for, like, oh, this is discriminatory and how dare you, and maybe educate them. I think there should be some talking going on, because it could be totally the fucking norm, and maybe this shit like this happens all the time, like as she suggested, but she just happened to put it out on Twitter, where a lot of people have no fucking idea what's going on in the porn industry. I don't know what the fuck's going on in the porn industry. I don't even fuck with any of that high, crazy, production stuff, man. I'm all about that amateur shit, dude. Like, shout out to Tumblr. Like, Tumblr's a piece of shit, except for there's some pretty good amateur shit on there. Just saying. Well, I hope this sheds some light on the situation, and you guys can kind of understand where a lot of people are coming from, where there's people, why they're so angry about what she said, even though I think, in my opinion, that she is kind of justified. I think she's justified to do that. Obviously, it's her fucking body. It's her choice. I mean, it shouldn't be that controversial. But I also understand why some people were offended by that. Like I said, I understand the offense, but to the extent of how people were reacting to it, totally fucked up. They fucked up, man. And I saw a lot of people apologizing, as they should, because somebody died. Someone very young, 23 years old, man. Whole world ahead of you, fucked up. Let me know what you guys think about the situation. I know there's probably a lot of things that I didn't examine. There's probably little tidbits that I've missed. And do you agree with what I'm saying, or do you think I'm a fucking idiot? I mean, you might think I'm a fucking idiot, but for this situation, let me know what you think. Let's talk in the comments. I'm definitely gonna be checking them on this because I'm really curious. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, thanks for making it all the way to the end. I just want to give a big shout out to my super sexy patrons, man. You guys are the fucking best. I really appreciate you. If you guys want to be a patron of mine, you can just find it in this little box thingy, or you can just, the description and below. Anything helps, $1, whatnot. And also, I want to say that I have a P.O. box, finally, because some people are asking, and I'm going to be doing a Christmas unboxing. That's going to be pretty fun. So I'm going to be flashing the link up right here. I'm going to be flashing the address up here. And send me some cool shit, man. A lot of people, everybody says, oh, I'm going to send you a fucking dildo. You have no idea how many people said they're going to send me fucking dildos, man. I'm just like, okay, I hope I don't have all dildos. I'm just saying. But anyways, thanks for watching again, and Papa bless.